Hey guys, it's Audrey and Jane here. We are the Reselling Sisters. Today we're talking about niching down on eBay, especially when you're starting out. I'll be honest with you. I got very overwhelmed at the beginning. Did you?
Yep.
I'm not going to show you what my desk looks like, but my desk right now, and my sister can attest, it's a mess. There's stuff everywhere. There's bottles and little knickknacks and you name it. And I feel like that's what I felt like when I first started off on eBay. I didn't know where to begin. I didn't know what to sell. It was like this wild west for me. And so I really kind of dove in and I kind of got into it, and it was overwhelming at first, but there is some good advice when you're starting out. The advice we want to give you to kick off is to niche down. You really want to make sure, and we have two reasons for niching down. Number one, when you're niching down, it makes it easier for you to get out there and shop. So whether you're at a thrift shop or your garage sales, you're looking through your own house, or you're actually asking friends and family, or whatever it is, or wherever you're going, looking for product to sell online to resell, it makes it easier for you at the beginning to be looking for one specific thing. If you're walking into a thrift shop, we all know it can be really overwhelming to see furniture and baby goods and house goods and clothing and you name it. It's an overwhelming experience. So one piece of advice for us in the beginning of why it could be really valuable for you to niche down at the beginning is to make it easier for you looking and hunting down product. You don't want to go crazy. You don't want to be in a thrift shop for 3 hours. You could be if you're in your specific niche, but you don't want to be walking around truly lost or feeling like you're blindfolded, not even knowing where you're going. So that is number one, that for us, we feel like that's a good piece of advice to niche down, to make it easier for you while you're hunting and looking and buying product.
And also, it's easier to research kind of one category at a time when you're in a thrift shop. If you're in the shoe category, the shoe aisle, you're already in that mindset where you're looking at shoes, you're looking at specific brands that you maybe know sell well, or they resell well. You can do the men's and the women's shoes at the same time, but especially if you know shoes, if you're a sneakerhead or if you know women's shoes really well.
With a sneakerhead.
Putting it out there.
You're so cool and chic.
Yeah, I know I am. If you're feeling overwhelmed, there's way too many things going on. I don't know enough about this category to, electronics, I know people do really well in electronics. I don't feel comfortable in electronics. Whenever I've tried to dip my toe into electronics, I'm just way overwhelmed. So I know that there's money to be made there, but I just don't feel comfortable in that category. So I've just I've niched down to where I feel comfortable in a thrift shop. And a lot of times it's the shoes. I like men's clothing because you
kind of know it now.
I know it. I know what brands I'm looking for. And a thrift shop, a big thrift shop, I usually totally avoid the women's clothing altogether because there's just so much. And there's way too many. You can spend 5 hours there and find 2 things, and I just don't want to do that. So you tend to know what sells better, what sells quicker. You just kind of niche down and take it one category at a time.
Yeah, because even we had an estate sale. Actually, my next door neighbor moved out. He was a 90-year-old man. His wife had passed away. Jane and I went to the estate sale, and because I live right next door, literally next door, we got there early, and there were boxes and boxes of records. And we both looked at each other and were like, are these worth it? Are these not? But we don't know. We've been doing eBay, and we've been doing reselling for years, but we don't know enough about records or music. So it kind of killed us to leave them because we felt like that might be money on the table, but we don't know it. So if you don't have we don't even niche down so deep, and we don't dig that deep when we're niching down, but we knew enough in ourselves. Listen, we don't know enough about the records. We don't want to spend money on the records if we don't know enough about them. So it does make sense when you're starting off to really pick a category, pick a niche, and just go with that niche. Become an expert in that niche. I call Jane a lot, ask her questions about categories I know that she knows, and she's like a machine. She's like, well, what brand is it? What do they look like? I remember Converse sneakers were selling really well before, and Jane, so you start to know certain things. So the beginning, our best advice, niche down. It makes it easier for you. Get your feet wet, get comfortable, and then you can start expanding your horizon when it comes to product.
Yep.